Everyone wants to become a millionaire. Ask your neighbor, do you want to become a millionaire? Wait for a response, and I guarantee the answer is obvious. Of course, I want to become a millionaire. They say so with so much certainty. What makes a person a millionaire? Is there a ritual that you have to do? Is there a job that you have to work? Or maybe there's a process that you have to follow. I made a video the other day, the wealth formula, and I defined the wealth formula as journey plus value equals money and experience. When we think of money, we think in millions. No one cares about the person who has less than seven figures. Consider having money having less than seven figures, regardless of the country you're in. The true definition of someone who's considered rich is having money, and that always starts with the word millions. Do we consider 100,000 of any currency rich? Do we feel that we strive to work as hard as possible to one day end up with thousands of a currency, or maybe even hundreds of that currency? We can consider that rich, but I doubt we would. We know the reason for wages is to give you the ability to come back to work the next day. Ages. I like to call it work for ages. Only that now the orc in work is silent, but ages continue on and on. Till one day you're so tired that you retire, and now it's time to plan the next chapter. Doctor visits, and soon enough, a date with the Grim Reaper. Work for ages. Wages. No one ever became a millionaire working for ages. I have yet to meet a millionaire who gets wages. Wages is a treat reserved for pets. The pets who take a way of life, as that process that involves accepting something you have to do. For a person that has a dream, they always ask the question, why does everybody want to be a millionaire, but yet very few people become one? If anyone is truly hungry, how long does that person starve before they decide it's time to get something to eat? The urge to be a millionaire apparently is in all of us, yet so very few of us decide to take the step to actually get something to eat. So I've spent some time thinking, and I realized that to get to where I am today, this all happened because it was well planned. And now it's time to share the 3 tips on becoming a millionaire. Tip number 1, desire. Desire is a burning sensation, not like a minor urge, but something that makes you unable to rest. The desire to become a millionaire is the ultimate difference between the millionaire and the average person. The millionaire wants it. They wake up thinking of making millions and go to bed seeing the millions. Desire makes getting out of bed a necessity, not an option. Desire pushes a person to take action even when they don't feel like it. Desire fuels commitment, like a gasoline powers a vehicle. Desire makes a person with millions want to make more millions. When I was a kid, I was told the reason why millionaires strive so hard to make more millions was simply due to their greed. I still hear the chatter. When is enough ever enough? Desire is like a running tap, but in order for you to turn it off, it requires for you to turn your lights off and take your last breath. Desire makes you delay gratification. Your time will come, and when your sacrifice will pay you back, it pays you back a lot more. All you've put in, plus some. Desire leads the way that every millionaire follows. Tip number 2. Goals. Imagine hitting a target you never had. Imagine arriving at a destination you never knew. I have been very fortunate. I have traveled the world, traveled to foreign countries, but I've never arrived at the airport and said, next flight to wherever the plane is going to land, please. Millionaires hit their target or get very dangerously close. Millionaires know the destination. Setting goals is the easiest thing, yet the hardest thing, and what creates the difference between a millionaire and one who never makes his millions. Do you know about 80% of the world's population never actually have a million of their currency? What's even sad is that in some countries, some never make a million of their currency combined for a lifetime. And then we see those who make millions in a month and some make millions in a day. All we can say is, wow, life is not fair. I say, what ignorance. Not fair? What is not fair is that the target you never had is the target you never hit. What is not fair is the fact that you plan everything else out in your life without thinking subconsciously. Yet you're setting goals for everything else but the actual thing that matters. We set goals for our TV shows we love to watch. We set goals for the nightclubs we like to visit. We set goals for Christmas, New Year, birthday celebrations we plan to have. But yet many of us refuse to set goals for the target income they plan to achieve. Goal setting is like a roadmap. It's like getting into your car and turning on the GPS and putting in your desired destination. And trusting the GPS knows the path you need to travel to arrive at your desired destination. Goal setting is like taking a vacation, arriving and knowing what you will do the next day and the day after and for the entire duration of your very short trip. Goal setting. Something that so many do for so meaningless things, but refuse to do for what matters the most. Do you want to be a millionaire? Now that you know the first two requirements? Is your response still yes? If that's the case, what did you decide you will do starting this exact minute? Enjoy this video, hear my voice, listen to the background music, skip the next ad that comes up at the end of the video, pull up the next video and look for something else that will make you smile. If that's the case, then I failed you, because my intent is to get you fired up, to say, yes, I want to be a millionaire, and then grab a piece of paper, write out the target, see it, and make it real. Being a millionaire is simple. It's so simple that all it requires is writing down your goal, seeing it in your mind's eye, then taking it and making it so real that you forget you're in another dimension. Tip number 3, investing. When we hear investing, two things happen: encouragement or discouragement. Some are encouraged because they think they've already started investing. I have a 401k. I bought my house 10 years ago. I bought some Bitcoin and I put away 10% of my money in the savings account. To you, I say kudos. Others are discouraged. They feel to invest you must have the money. And after I pay all my bills and buy food, with the rising prices of everything to include air, I can't afford to invest. Investing is a misunderstood term. The most rewarding investment is the investment you make in yourself. If you invest in crypto, the stock market, real estate, or any potential tangible in today's society, and in actual today's society, non-fungible tokens are something that you can still invest in. You still are losing the point, because the most rewarding investment is the investment you make in yourself. If you lost everything you own today, all your worldly possessions, the cars, houses, bags, bank accounts, anything you can think of, and you lost it all, what would you do next? Curse God and die? There's a story about a man in the Bible by the name of Job. I wonder if there's a correlation with the man Job and the word J-O-B that plagues most of us. But Job was hit with the trifecta. He was a wealthy man. He had it all: the money, the power, the beautiful family. What makes Job's story so interesting is not his wealth, but what happened to him. Job was used as God's own guinea pig, a true test of what if. Job lost his wealth first. Then he lost his health, and just when he felt it couldn't get any worse, he lost his kids too. Job was God's social media post to the world. When God wanted to say, "Look how great I am," when God wanted his likes, he knew he could always count on Job. But when Job lost it all, even Job's wife said, "What's the matter with you? Curse God and die. Put an end to this foolishness." But what the story doesn't also remind you of is Job had invested in himself. He understood the law of nature, that everything given is a privilege, not a right. Job understood the one fundamental law, that being a millionaire is not defined by what you have or what others see you flashing. But being a millionaire means having a mindset. The mindset that says, put me in a cave and soon I'll be the king. Being a millionaire means no matter where you are today, you can always be where you want to be tomorrow. You don't get that way by simply wishing. No one ever gets that way by even thinking or deciding overnight. I'm a firm believer that you are as you think you are. But your thoughts also have to be disciplined. And to generate disciplined thought, it requires a disciplined mind. And you only get a disciplined mind by the hours and hours you invest into being that person. Can you become the world's strongest person by simply thinking you can lift the heaviest weights? Or do you become the world's strongest by lifting? And when you can't lift anymore, that's when you push yourself to lift the last rep. I'm a gym fanatic, and I noticed my strongest moments came when I felt like I wasn't up to it. But I've disciplined myself to be able to overcome that small voice. That voice that says, KC, not today. But guess what? That's when I show up and I show out. Investing in yourself is every millionaire's greatest source of pride. Go to a millionaire's home and see how many books they have. Marvel at their collection of personal development seminars and events they've attended. You hear about networking, but that's just another name for tapping into the well. The well that gives you that to go on when everything around you seems like it's not going to work. Then you wake up the next day and you realize you have one more set in you, one more rep. You find that you can push yourself just a little bit more. That's when you understand that your investment is paying off. That ROI, the return on your investment, is endless. It's not measurable in mere dollars and cents or the recent luxury item of choice. So now I'm going to do something. I'm going to challenge you to take the first step. To not just listen to this video. I want you to decide you will not go on without taking action. But instead you're going to get the desire. You're going to write out your goal, and by all means, you're going to make the most important investment. Make you all that matters. Welcome to the Millionaires Club, folks. I'm glad you decided to join. Thank you for listening again. My goal is 10,000 subscribers by June of 2022. So please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel for more content. Peace.